You'd best have cancer because from the looks of you, you're breaking rule number 1 right now. I thought you had the look about you. Sure, I can help you, but it's not free. 50 caps, take it or leave it. All right. I got some of this pre-war stuff. Should flush your system right out. All better now, you big baby. Can I get back to work now? Let's get on with it then. Yeah? What do you need? You done? Good. Sure can. Quick and easy. Only 100 caps. And a quick shot. All done. Try not to hurt yourself.
times that I feel. The primal part of me, pulling me away. Be aware of the
Stop right there. I don't know how you got in here, but... Hold on. Wait a minute. It's you! I hardly recognized you with all the dust and grime from out there. Guess that explains how you got that door open. You've got more experience with it than most everyone down here combined. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Calm down there. Amada's not in any danger. I mean, we're all in a sort of a rough patch, but we've weathered worse. But sorry to say, if you're back, there's going to be trouble with some folks. And if Amada's wrapped up in it, there'll be trouble for her too. Everything went crazy is what happened. Your dad opened that door, bugs started attacking, and people started going crazy. When the smoke cleared, there were a lot of casualties and not many answers. Didn't help that our doctor had just left either. I'm sorry to hear that. Regardless of how things turned out down here, he was a good friend. I always figured he'd do well outside. Matter of fact, a lot of folks started thinking he had the right idea. He usually did. So, if it was safe out there, why stay down here forever? Well, the Overseer didn't like that one bit and started cracking down on that sort of thought. Guess he didn't plan on you coming back. I probably ought to put you under arrest and take you into the Overseer, but frankly, I know better than to try that. Meanwhile, some of your old friends think opening the vault is a good idea. I bet those rebels would like a word with you, now more than ever. Of course, if you want, you can just walk away as if you were never here. Out of respect for your dad, I won't even tell anyone I saw you. Well, okay. Just be careful down here. The vault's changed, I tell you.
You know I can't do that, Freddy. Now get back down below before I have to do something we'll both regret.
What? You gonna lock me up like you did to Brotch? You can't cage a tunnel snake, man, because we rule!
Stay back!
Holy crap, you're crazy!
Don't you know enough to stay away? I lost my poor wife Agnes is what happened. And all the chaos and fighting, her old ticker just couldn't take it anymore. I tell you, I'm scared of them. I never know when they're gonna try something dangerous. I didn't mean to fire. I really didn't. I just wanted to scare him off. But he had a knife. I can't be too careful with those rebels. Yes, you do. watch it, will you?
You never should have left, kid. Now we'll make sure nobody ever leaves again.
Now you went and got me mad! No! Close!
I never thought you'd be back. It's been a while, kid. I guess the goat couldn't have predicted how you'd turn out, could it? Remind me to add a question about rescuing your teacher from the vault jail. If the vault ever goes back to normal, that is. By the way, while I was in there, I heard some worrying things from the guards. I heard one of the guards talking about some sort of plan to raid Amata and the rest of us. I didn't hear anything else, but I think he read it on the security terminal. So maybe you can find more there. I'm sure it's bad news for us all. Most of them are just kids who are caught up in the idea of seeing the world. But I know we've got to actually open the vault if we want to survive. Otherwise, we're just going to dwindle away down here until it's all too late. It was pretty rough, I'll tell you. I know a lot of folks blame your dad, but I know he didn't mean to cause all that. Don't blame him or yourself. Watch yourself down here.
should be mindful. Times that I feel the primal part of me pulling me away.
You don't belong here anymore. I don't know that I should be talking with you. Yes, you do.
We should be mindful.
You don't belong here anymore. Oh, come on. Pay more attention to what you're doing.
I'm here, at your back.
Can't you just leave us alone? Yes, you do.
Why won't you just leave us alone? You've done enough damage.
In all things, a calm heart must prevail.
You don't belong here anymore. Oh boy, are you in trouble? What do you expect from idiots like them? I'm just glad I was done with Butch's stupid gang before they got involved in all this. You should have seen my pop. He personally saved old Stanley. But guess you wouldn't know what it's like to have a hero for a dad, would you? Yes, you do.
Well, I see you've returned. Done with the dust and ruins of the wasteland, are you? Given up looking for Daddy? Thought you could just slink back in like a teen missing curfew? Well, that's too bad. You have no future in this vault. You're tainted. Really? And here I had expected you to be full of bullets and bravado, but short on brains. Perhaps you've grown up since you left our vault. I regret the unfortunate events of that night, but I'm afraid that once your father left us, they were unavoidable. The sad truth is that his actions presented a real and direct threat to the future success of our vault, and so, regrettably, they had to be opposed. I've spent many nights asking myself exactly that. He certainly didn't tell me before he left. I blame myself, really. I should have known better than to let him enter our home in the first place. He certainly showed his true colors in the end. Were he raised in the cleanliness of our vault, perhaps your father would have shown more dedication to the important things in life. Just as well that he left. We mustn't let humanity's last pure specimens be sullied with his type. No, but he didn't risk bringing you out into it either. You have to wonder, is that why he left you behind? He wanted to know you were someplace safe? And then, like a fool, you squandered the greatest gift he ever left you. I just don't know. Don't they realize how dangerous it is out there? But instead, they would throw away the safety of the vault's isolation just to follow in your footsteps. I can't allow them to do that to themselves or to the rest of us. To fix what you started? Go ahead and humor me. You always have held a certain sway with them that neither I nor my guards have enjoyed. All right then, go to my daughter and convince her to leave this rebellious nonsense behind.
You've got to convince them it isn't safe outside.
Cut it out!
I'm here, at your back.
Why won't you just leave us alone? You've done enough damage.
Can't you just leave us alone? Those kids are risking our entire vault just because they're bored. It's horrible! The bugs were horrible, but my family was pretty lucky. But then my Freddy went and got caught up with those idiot rebels. Yes, you do.
Why won't you just leave us alone? You've done enough damage. Oh boy, are you in trouble? Yes, you do.
Go ahead and start something. I dare you. Why won't you just leave us alone? You've done enough damage.
You're alive! I hate that this whole thing has turned us against our families. But we just can't keep living down here forever. I mean, look at this place. A lot of security got wounded, and worse. In all the confusion, we still don't know who's responsible for some of them. Yeah, see you.
I never thought you'd be back. Oh, it's good to see you're back from outside. It can be dangerous out there for someone your age. Oh dear, we aren't asking for anything special. The vault's been open before, but for some reason everyone tries to pretend it wasn't. I guess they try to forget the poor souls who never came back from out there. My poor grandson Jonas died is what happened. They say it was just an accident in all the confusion, but I know it was the overseer. Oh, please be careful.
Good to see you.
Oh my God, you're back! You got my message and actually came back! Oh, thank you! Everything's gone crazy since you left, and now that you're back, you can help set things straight. I just wish we could have saved more people. Jonas and the Hannons and so many others died that night. It was bad enough they died because my father was trying to keep the door closed. But then I found out it was all to protect a lie. I found out the vault wasn't always closed. They've lied to us about it for our entire lives. After that night, I heard Wally's father say we should never have taken you or your dad into the vault. I found out the vault used to be open, but for some reason, they closed it off when we were babies and swore to hide that it had ever happened. But keeping that lie meant Jonas's death. And even though we know the truth, the Overseer still won't let us make our own decisions. You're absolutely right. It's not like we want to abandon the vault or anything. Most of us had accepted that the outside was certain death and things would always stay the same down here. But now we know they don't have to be. After all, it was enough to get you and your dad to leave, so there must be something good out there. But the vault used to be open, and we're still here, aren't we? It worked back then, so why wouldn't it work now? No, they're just afraid we'll screw up and get hurt. They just won't accept that we can take care of ourselves. I certainly hope so. We can't keep going on like this. What exactly do you mean by that? It is? Even with a crazy dictator running the show? I guess we do have renewable food and water, impenetrable defenses, and a wealth of active technology. Those must be rare outside, huh? I'm not afraid of dying, but if I leave, others will try to follow. And I couldn't live with their deaths on my conscience. Okay, you win. Go ahead and tell my father that we'll stop trying to leave the vault. You and he are right. Thanks for watching out for us. We'll all miss you.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
You've already made your point with us. What else is there to say? The real problems came after you two left. The injured had nobody to turn to since our doctor had run off and his assistant had died. Now, we've got to rely on that old Mr. Handy for most of our medical needs, and he hasn't exactly got the best bedside manner. Ever had an examination from someone with cold, metal pincers? You don't want to. Don't you get it? We don't want to abandon the vault. We want to open it. We still want this to be our home, but we want to get supplies from outside. Trading, exploring, anything's better than just hiding down here. Be careful.
I never thought you'd be back. Well, if it isn't my star pupil. Watch yourself down here. Good to see you. Please keep quiet. You never know who's listening.
Looks like we're secure. What's the word up there?
You're still scared. Enough to stay quiet, but not enough to risk doing anything.
Keep an ear out up there. They'll get sick of Father's lockdown eventually, and then we'll all take a stand.
I'll keep myself safe.
I never thought you'd be back.
I never thought you'd be back.
Hey, good to see you again. Bye.
It's good to... Wow, you're back. Yeah, see you. Cut it out.
I hear that you've had a little chat with our rebellious elements. It seems I underestimated your persuasive skills. I applaud your restraint. Violence only weakens our community, and now is no time for weakness. Once again, there is a firm hand in control, and all will be well in Vault 101. I suppose you'll want some sort of payment for your aid. Ah, of course. The basic currency of a lawless society. Maybe you'd like a few pointed sticks and fighting dogs as well? We don't have much ammunition down here, but we should be able to spare some packaged meals. Here, perhaps it'll be of some comfort to you once you return to the wastes. Now go. I will. I know there are some that will miss you, much as there are still some that miss your father. Not me, of course, but some of the others. Sentimental fools. But you've restored peace to the vault, and in that way, you're a hero. And you have to leave. Thank you, and goodbye, Wastelander.
The air smells dangerous.
I hear that you've had a little chat with our rebellious elements. It seems I underestimated your persuasive skills. I applaud your restraint. Violence only weakens our community, and now is no time for weakness. Once again, there is a firm hand in control, and all will be well in Vault 101. I suppose you'll want some sort of payment for your aid. Did you really think you'd be allowed to stay? Yes, you've saved the vault, to be sure, and thus probably the last pure humans in the world. All the more reason to keep you from returning to our community and polluting it with the taint of outside barbarism. Now, reconsider your request and pick a reward you can take with you when you return outside, Wastelander. Ah, of course. The basic currency of a lawless society. Maybe you'd like a few pointed sticks and fighting dogs as well? We don't have much ammunition down here, but we should be able to spare some packaged meals. Here, perhaps it'll be of some comfort to you once you return to the wastes. Now go. I really don't recommend that sort of ultimatum. If you leave now, we can simply lock down the door controls and everyone can be happy. But if you insist, we can always toss your corpse out the gate after you're killed. The choice is yours. Goodbye.
Oh my god, you're back! You got my message and actually came back! Oh, thank you! Everything's gone crazy since you left, and now that you're back, you can help set things straight. I just wish we could have saved more people. Jonas and the Hannons and so many others died that night. It was bad enough they died because my father was trying to keep the door closed. But then, I found out it was all to protect a lie. I found out the vault wasn't always closed. They've lied to us about it for our entire lives. After that night, I heard Wally's father say we should never have taken you or your dad into the vault. I found out the vault used to be open, but for some reason, they closed it off when we were babies and swore to hide that it had ever happened. But keeping that lie meant Jonas's death. And even though we know the truth, the Overseer still won't let us make our own decisions. You're absolutely right. It's not like we want to abandon the vault or anything. Most of us had accepted that the outside was certain death and things would always stay the same down here. But now we know they don't have to be. After all, it was enough to get you and your dad to leave, so there must be something good out there. But the vault used to be open, and we're still here, aren't we? It worked back then, so why wouldn't it work now? No, they're just afraid we'll screw up and get hurt. They just won't accept that we can take care of ourselves. I certainly hope so. We can't keep going on like this. You will? Thank goodness for that. No matter what I say, he just doesn't listen. He just spends all day up in his office. But you've actually been outside, so you can tell him what it's like with first-hand experience. Just, please don't do anything rash or hurt him, all right? I should have remembered. I was just worried. I don't know, maybe your time outside had changed you. Thanks. and good luck talking to him. Let me know when you change his mind.
Good to see you again.
Morning.
What do you want? They have to understand that we did that to keep them from going outside and getting killed. To keep them from making the same mistake our generation did when we were their age. Some of us already lost loved ones out there long ago. We won't lose any more today. To fix what you started? Go ahead and humor me. Oh, do you? What makes you think you know how better to protect this vault? I admit, in the 200 years since the war, our numbers have dwindled a little, but we have enough genetic diversity for a few more generations. My God, you're right. We won't last another 100 years, whether or not we get supplies from the outside. We're the last bastion of pure humanity, and we're doomed. I wish I could share your optimism, but I suppose you have a point in your blathering way. My way won't save our vault's mission, but if I let them contact the outside world, I might be able to save its inhabitants. But I'm not the one to lead them in that. I'm stepping down as overseer. I'll tell Amata that I can think of no more appropriate leader than she.
Why don't you look where you're going?
It's good to see you again.
I just heard. My father says he's stepping down as overseer. He won't tell me why, but I have to assume it's something you said to him. You and him? Civil? I expected you to change out in the wasteland, but not that much. But I guess we'll all be learning a bit about the outside now, won't we? As the new overseer, I'm planning on opening the vault. This time, for good. It's a bright new day for the vault, but I'm afraid there's one thing that has to change. I know you are. And on behalf of the Vault, I thank you for all you've done. But there are still many who blame you for everything that happened. So I have to ask you to leave. I'm sorry, but the situation is just too delicate for you to stay. Please, if you really want to help the Vault, you have to go. No, it's not like that. But if you stay, it'll just keep causing more problems. The Vault can't take any more infighting. It's just what has to be. It'll be a while before we're ready to really go outside. But once the Vault is stable again, maybe we'll see you out there. So, I guess this is goodbye for now. It's not much, but take this with you to remember us by. With luck, we'll meet again.
Is the place secure? Can we talk freely?
We're safe. How's everyone holding up in the dorms?
No development.
Good to see you.
We're still quiet and scared. We won't be getting any of them to make a stand anytime soon.
Get Stepfather's location, and then we'll all take a stand.
You don't belong here anymore.
Go on, get out.
Oh, come on. Pay more attention to what you're doing.
I'm concerned about this area. Now try and hide! Though we may seem safe for the moment, it is fleeting. Something troubling you, my friend? Yes, by all means, let's. And I shall follow. Something troubling you, my friend? Yes, by all means, let's. And I shall follow.
see you. Hey there. Everything has a price. Take a look and make me an offer. Later.